Welcome back, my dears. I am Zeenat. In the previous video, we discussed the basics of verbs, which express an action or a state. In this video, we will explore its deeper aspect for better clarity. So don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. Regular and irregular verbs. In English, verbs can be categorized as either regular or irregular, depending on how their past tense and past participle form are created. Let's explore each type. Regular verbs follow a predictable pattern when forming past tense and past participle. For example, walk, walked, walked. Regular verbs follow a predictable pattern when forming the past tense and past participle. This means that for most regular verbs, you simply add ed base form to create the past tense and past participle. How to form the past tense and past participle of regular verbs? Base form plus ed. For most regular verbs, for example, base form walk, past tense walked, and past participle walked. She walked to the store yesterday. He has walked 5 miles today. Irregular verbs do not follow a predictable pattern. For example, go, went, gone. Irregular verbs do not follow a predictable pattern when forming their past tense and past participle. Each irregular verb may have its own unique way of changing, and some may have multiple forms of the past tense and past participle. How to form the past tense and past participle of irregular verbs? There is no consistent rule for irregular verbs, so each verb needs to be memorized. Irregular verbs change the vowels in the middle of the verb. For example, go, turn went, turn gone. While others might have the same form for both the past tense and past participle. For example, put, put, put. Example of irregular verbs: go, went, gone. She went to the store yesterday. I have gone there before. Eaten into ate and eaten. He ate lunch at noon. I have eaten breakfast already. Come, came, come. They came to the party last night. He has come home now. She saw seen. I saw the movie yesterday and she has seen that movie twice. In short, we can say regular verbs follow a predictable pattern, and irregular verbs do not follow a consistent pattern and often have unique form for past tense and past participle. Now turning to the subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement rule: the verb must agree with the subject in number, singular or plural. In other words, a singular subject requires a singular verb and a plural subject requires a plural verb. For example, singular subject: the cat is on the roof. Here, cat is singular, so the verb is also singular. Plural subject: the cats are on the roof. Here, cats is plural, so the verb are is plural. Be careful with compound subject. For example, Tom and Jerry are friends. Because Tom and Jerry is a plural subject, the verb is plural are. Subject joined by or nor. Examples: either the cat or the dogs are outside. The verb agrees with the subject closest to it, dogs, which is plural, so we are use are. This is the basic rule for subject-verb agreement. Let me know if you need more examples or have any questions. So let's break down active and passive voice. In English grammar, active voice and passive voice are two different ways of expressing the relationship between the subject and the verb in a sentence. In active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action of the verb. Structure: subject plus verb plus object. For example, she wrote the letter. In this sentence, she is the subject, wrote is the verb, the action, and the letter is the object, the receiver of the action. The subject, she is performing the action of writing. In passive voice, the subject receives the action of the verb. The object is the active voice becomes the subject in the passive voice. Structure: subject plus be verb is was etc plus past participle plus agent. For example, the letter was written by her. In this sentence, the letter is now the subject, was the object in the active voice, it was written in the verb using the past participle of write, and by her indicates who performed the action, the agent. The focus has shifted to the letter which is receiving the action. Now we are going to talk about common verb errors in English. These mistakes can trip you up, but don't worry, we will go through them step by step. Let's get started. Common verb errors: incorrect tense usage. For example, she go to school yesterday, incorrect. Correct, she went to school yesterday. Tense refers to the time an action occurs, whether in the past, present, or future. In this sentence, the word yesterday indicates the action happened in the past. However, the verb go in the present tense. This creates a mismatch between the verb and the time of the action. To correct this, we need to change go to its past tense form, which is went. The correct sentence is school yesterday. She went. Now went is in the past tense, which matches the action happening in the past yesterday. Number 2, subject-verb disagreement. Example, the list of items are on the table. Incorrect. Correct one is the list of items is on the table. This is a classic case of subject-verb disagreement. In this sentence, the subject is list, which is singular, even though item is plural. The verb needs to match the subject, so it should be singular. Since list is singular, we should use the singular form of the verb is not are. Correct sentence. The list of item is on the table. Now it agrees with the singular subject list. Understanding and avoiding these errors can help you sound more natural and accurate in your writing and speech. Would you like more examples or further explanations? Let me know. Let's focus on misusing irregular verbs and how to avoid this common mistake. Irregular verbs do not follow the standard pattern of adding for past tense and past participle. Instead, their forms change in unique ways, and using them incorrectly can make your sentences sound off. Misusing irregular verbs, example, he has swam in the pool. This is incorrect. The correct way, he has swum in the pool. The verb swam is a past tense form of swim, but in the present perfect tense, which uses has or have. We need the past participle, not the past tense. Correct past participle of swim is swam or swam. He has swam in the pool. Now, swam is the correct past participle for use with has. So, language lovers, did you know that verbs are one of the most exciting parts of speech? They are full of surprises, twists, and yes, even some fun facts. Let's dive into some fun facts about verbs that you might not know. Fun facts about verbs. The most commonly used verb in English is be. Its various forms is, am, are, was, were. Verbs can change meaning depending on the context. For example, run can mean to move quickly or to manage. Number 3. Phrasal verbs, for example, give up, look after, are unique to English and can be challenging for learners. Now we are going to dive into a fascinating topic, verbs of definition. These verbs help us explain or clarify what something means. Let's break it down. Examples of verbs of definition. Real life examples help to illustrate the application of verbs of definition in various contexts. Understanding these examples strengthens our practical grasp of the concept. Let's explore the different tenses where these verbs are used. Alright, it's practice time. Let's put your knowledge to the test and see how well you can identify verbs and use them correctly. Read, let's go. Practice exercise part 1. Identify the verb. In each sentence below, underline the verb. Remember, the verb expresses an action or a state of being. For example, she sings beautifully. Number 2, they have completed the project. Number 3, the dog barked loudly. Part 2, fill in the blanks. Choose the correct verb form to complete the sentence. Number 1, he dash run or runs every morning. Number 2, they dash is or are going to the park. Remember, verbs change based on the subject, singular or plural, the present, past, so on and so forth. Practice is key to getting these right. How did you do? Let me know your answer in the comment and don't forget to hit like if you want more grammar tips. Alright, let's wrap things up. Now that we have explored verbs in detail, it's time for a quick summary. Here, what we have learned today. Verbs are the backbone of sentences expressing actions, states, or occurrences. Understanding verb types, forms, and usage is crucial for effective communication. Final thought, mastering verbs enhances both written and spoken English. I hope you found this lesson on verbs helpful and that you are ready to practice what you have learned. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more grammar tips and language lessons. Let me know in this comment if you would like to learn more about any specific topic. I appreciate you being here and learning with me. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next